Hey guys, FilmCrazyAdam here for another quick review. This week I went to go see the 2016 reboot for Ghostbusters. This movie was a disservice and an insult to the original. Everything about this movie was bad except for two characters, and unfortunately, they weren't the main characters and they could not save this movie. And that was the character who played the gender swap version of Egon and the gender swap version of Winston. So, the black chick and the really nerdy and like the really mad scientist one. This movie is stupid on many levels. First and foremost, is it just didn't make any sense. Like there was no real good flow to the movie. Things that happened that didn't make sense, and people were doing things and they didn't really have any end goal in mind. People just kind of did things because. Also, all the characters except for the two I mentioned were just awful. The people in this movie were legitimately stupid. They try to impress on the fact that the two main Ghostbusters aren't stupid, but they are. I mean, really, like not really smart. And like the character of Chris Hemsworth, oh my God, that man, dangerously stupid to the point that like he cannot be unsupervised by an adult. Like, he needs to live in a home somewhere. He's that stupid. And somehow that's funny? And I don't know. I really don't. But yeah, to kind of like summarize in a nutshell, the movie just didn't make any sense. It wasn't funny. It wasn't good. It didn't do proper homage to the original. Like I said, it was very much kind of insulting to the original. And yet it's signed off on by Ivan, what's his name, and Dan Aykroyd, both of the people. Ivan, who directed the original, produced and directed the original, and Dan Aykroyd, who wrote the original. So like, it's really depressing. Actually, you go in this movie. I was bored. Less than halfway through this movie, I was bored. I started playing Pokemon Go on my phone. You know, I turned down the brightness all the way, and I kind of, put it down and away. But yeah, I started playing Pokemon Go during this movie. That's how awesome this movie was. I wish I could go more in depth. No, I did go more in depth. If you want a more in-depth version of this review, click on the link below and check out my Went to the Movies review. It runs a little bit long, but there's a lot to cover in this movie on how bad it was. Not nearly enough time to do so in a quick review. So, the long and the short is, for everyone who thought it was going to be a bad movie, you're right. Was it as bad as I was expecting it? I guess you can say the same for a punch in the, like if you get punched in the face and you realize, well, I didn't break my nose, so it's not as bad as I was expecting it. But it's still a punch in the face. So the movie wasn't nearly as bad as the movie was very nearly as bad as I thought it was, but somehow not quite as bad. I didn't go in with a lot of expectations. So, long and short, don't go see this movie. It's a terrible movie. If you want to see a good Ghostbuster movie, go see the first Ghostbusters movie. Do not go see this piece of crap. They took a classic and they ruined it. So, yeah, don't do that. Anyway, like I said, if you want to see a more detailed version of this review, click the link below. It'll take you to my Went to the Movies review. Other than that, don't go see this movie. It was terrible. That's that, people. Laters.